Mike Jones Beats.
I be on my grind.
At 6 in the morning.
It be on my mind.
At 6 in the morning.
That's why I keep that pine.
At 6 in the morning.
When I'm on that grind.
At 6 in the morning.
I be on my grind.
At 6 in the morning.
It be on my mind.
At 6 in the morning.
That's why I keep that pine.
That's why I keep that.
When I'm on that grind.
When I,
6 in
hey,
the morning.
I get it and go, call that a fast break. Young cash cow and all I eat is steak. The pill game been booming, you fuck boys late. Your whole team ribs touching, you the only one ain't. You hang around some real niggas, you the only one ain't. If I fuck with you, my word good as the bank.
Damn, if I knew 2 days ago what I knew right now, I wouldn't even be in this shit.
BBN Jack Frost. What's the heck is up under this camera? This camera looks like it's a little blurry over the years, yo. BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Hold on 1 second over here. I hope that's a little bit. That looks a little bit better, right? All right, so we got a couple of things to discuss tonight. Oh shit, I just banged my knee. What the fuck? God damn it. You know, like when you just bang your knee, like it's not even, you don't even hit it hard. You understand me? But it's like right in that spot. God damn it. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day, part of my language. We're going to have a conversation today. We're going to be talking about Kanye West specifically, just so we can be clear, and some words that happened with Jay-Z. That's basically the main conversation that we're going to be having today. But even more importantly, I want to have another conversation at the same time, if y'all don't mind, about these rappers getting locked up. For anybody that don't know, Yella Beezy was just locked up. He's out already, I think, on $50,000 bond. Jada Youngin was locked up. Fetty Wap was just locked up the other day. Fetty Wap is out now. For anybody that's concerned and they want to know, Fetty Wap is out now. He was able to get bond. He's out. So I want to have a conversation about this because, as we've already known, we usually talk about or things that we've spoken about previously has been that we have this problem in hip hop where all these rappers is getting locked up. And we said that the government is trying to separate these rappers from the gangs. So I just think this is just something for us to keep paying attention to. We got to learn how to move better. When I say we, I'm not saying criminals or anything like that. I'm saying people that want to avoid criminality have to learn how to move better. I don't think all of these rappers or all of these individuals that might have any type of relationship with other people that are part of any type of organized crime is actually always an organized crime also. Some people just got relationships with them. Like, I have a ton of people that I know, and I'm not in business with them. Like, if I have a friend who's a lawyer, and he gets in trouble for some lawyer shit, I shouldn't also be arrested because we know each other. That's my point. So, we're gonna have that discussion also. We're gonna do roll call around. Let me see what we got going on right now. We're gonna do roll call probably in about 2 or 3 minutes, probably around the 7 minute mark, and then after that we're gonna discuss Kanye. But even before we talk about that, I want to say something real quick. Yella Beezy arrested. Now, some of these other people is being arrested for whatever, but did y'all remember, did anybody recall Yellow Beezy being in trouble for sexual assault? Because that's why he's being held right now on the bond. Or that's what the $50,000 bond that he was being held on, that he was released for was. It's for sexual assault. And apparently he also had something to do with minors. Like, they really going crazy. Like, I don't know if any of this is true. I'm just saying, like, the accusations that's being pitted against him. They're saying Yellow Beezy was arrested with multiple charges from child endangerment. Like, pardon me, child endangerment and sexual assault. Like, what the fuck they mean by child endangerment? I want to say something real quick. You notice how they say that these rappers are child endangerment if they got children around guns? But you got these people that have their children shooting guns at like the age of 6. Like, so what are we going to deem as child endangerment? That's the point of what I'm trying to say. Like, we all seen people uploading their kids like at target practice and shit like that, shooting and stuff. They had this one little kid. I don't know how old the little kid was, probably like around 7 or 8 years old, and she had the gun and she was just like busting on it. It was crazy. But these people aren't getting in trouble for child endangerment. So I just want us to have a clear, consistent law, because I'm assuming that this is a federal thing, right? So I want, if it's a state thing, it's a state thing. But I just want to have a clear, consistent law. Like, what really is child endangerment when it comes to these firearms? If you're trying to tell me that a child being around the firearm is child endangerment, so what's up with these kids that's shooting guns? Not that they shouldn't be. I'm just saying, what's up with the kids that's shooting guns? Are we gonna hold everybody to the same standard? So anyway, so Yellow Beezy in trouble. They said child endangerment. I don't know if it was because of, and I want to say something about Fetty Wap real quick, and then we're going to do roll call. I don't know if it was because of the weapons charge, but I'm assuming, like, y'all really think Yellow Beezy is really, what is he doing? Hanging kids out of windows? Like, what's going on over here? Real quick, I want to say something about Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap has been released. As we spoke on this previously, I told you I don't think that the charges against Fetty Wap was so bad. I think that he just got caught up in it. Those people, the other 5 people that were arrested, all of them got gun charges also. I'm assuming that they were arrested in the commission of an actual crime, whereas somebody could have just threw Fetty Wap name out there, and they might not have anything tying Fetty Wap to this other than some mofo out there saying Fetty Wap. We don't know yet. So I'm saying, us as the viewing public, us as the individuals that's consuming the information, let's kind of wait until there's more going on. I don't see much. Just because you're in an indictment, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're guilty, right? People get accused of things that they didn't do all the time. With that being said, let's do roll call real quick, and then let's get to the show. What up to the business, dropping all of those frauds? What up, Lex Luger? What up to the business, dropping all of those frauds? What up, Lex Luger? He says, salute BB and also drop some frauds. What up, Lovely E? Lovely E said, who told Ye he should be doing interviews? First of all, I think that is the most important thing that we should focus on. Who in the hell? Who was the mofo on Kanye's team that was like, yo, Kanye, I think what we need to be doing? Interview. I'm just going to keep it a stack with you. First of all, shout out to Drink Champs. Whenever you can get a Kanye West to pull up, whenever you can get a Jay-Z to pull, do you understand? Like, these are the top tier caliber individuals. Whenever you can get these guys to pull up for an interview, Kanye West, they had Nas. Like, whenever you can get these guys, like, salute to Drink Champs. Could we just say that real quick? For anybody that was with Drink Champs when they was in that fucking little ass white room where people had to be standing like this to get past each other, for everybody that was around. For everybody that was around for that, you guys seen these guys' development and growth. We all saw the skill and the potential early. So salute to them. Salute to them. It's so easy It's like, because when no one's really in your lane and when nobody's trying to pretend to be in your lane, so your lane doesn't get congested with fake ass shit that ain't even shit that should be in your lane, it's so much easier to be able to get your message and push it through. So shout out to the Drink Champs. Shout out to their whole team, everybody on their team, for pushing for the bigger picture and not selfish motivations. Well, I don't know who pushed for whatever. Right? What the fuck? I don't know all those guys. So shout out to them. So I want to say something real quick. Who in the hell on Kanye West's team thought it was a good idea for Kanye West to do an interview? That's one. Two, I'm pretty sure Kanye West doesn't care what anybody say anyway. You see this nigga's haircut? I don't think he cares what anybody thinks about him. I think Kanye West realistically walks around and just does what he want to do. I'm gonna explain something. When you don't care what other people think, it's a freedom like you cannot believe. It's a freedom like you cannot believe. When you're in one of those moments where other people's opinions do not dictate your decisions, it's a freedom that you cannot believe. You're able to make decisions so clearly, concisely, and quickly that I can't even explain. It's like you see shit before it happened. So I say all that to say this. Whose ever decision on Kanye West's team to let him go do a damn interview. Those already pulled on the blunt. Hold on, let me say something real quick. Let's get some. I mean, whose idea was it? Whose idea was it? What in the fuck? All right, check this out. Let's go. I want to just say one thing one more before we go. That kid Jay the Youngin was arrested also. Federal agents arrested him right after he put bond and got out. I think y'all guys doesn't understand how prevalent snitching is. That's all. Y'all really acting like Tekashi's the only snitch. Him and Alpo. Y'all have no idea how prevalent that shit is. Shit is everywhere, man. That's why niggas is getting locked up. Y'all niggas open your eyes. Let's do the Fetty first, right? Yeah, so Fetty, the charges, somebody put it in the chat that heard that they have photos of Fetty. I don't know nothing about that. Don't know about no photos. I don't know about nothing. First thing I want to do is I want y'all to hear what Kanye said real quick. Hold on. I want you to hear what Kanye said. Now, I'm going to say this much. Whoever is the freaking mad Kanye on the Drink Champ side, because that was just pure genius. Whoever was the mad lad that got Kanye to pull up on Drink Champs, that's on Drink Champs side, applaud you, good sir or good lady. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so this is what Kanye had to say about this shit. Check this out. Here we go. This guy's crazy. See how this guy wears his hair? Like, if you want to see, I mean, I guess you can't stop Kanye from. You can't stop Kanye from saying anything. So I mean, whatever the fuck. Anyway, here you go.
Well, Swiss Beats definitely because Just Blaze is a copycat. You know, he get credit for the blueprint, and I did the first half of the blueprint, and he just copied my half and got. I mean, look where I'm at today. Look where he at today. So that should show you. No, what do you mean? I'll be hearing and then it be all over the radio. I have my girlfriend from Chicago will be in Hot 97 and stuff, listen to the radio. It'd be another Just Blaze song, another Just Blaze.
So Swiss Beats or Just Blaze?
Well, Swiss Beats definitely because Just Blaze is a copycat. You know, he get credit for the blueprint, and I did the first half of the blueprint, and he just copied my half and got. I mean, look where I'm at today. Look where he at today. So that should show you. No, what do you mean? I'll be hearing and then it be all over the radio. I have my girlfriend from Chicago will be in Hot 97 and stuff, listen to the radio. It'd be another Just Blaze song, another Just Blaze.
So Swiss Beats.
I'm gonna say something real quick. Two things I want to say. Pay attention to what Kanye really said. First of all, Kanye just patted his own self on the back while throwing mad shade at that nigga over there. Patted himself on the back with both hands. The first thing I want to say is, like I said before, when you don't question, when you don't care what anybody else say, you don't care what other people think, you just move different, right? I want to say something real quick. This nigga just said the slickest shit in the world. This nigga said, yo, this nigga just copied off of me. That's it. So of course the other guy, because all he do is copy off of me. And he said, I'm listening to the radio. Me and my girl listen to Hot 97. And all we hear is Just Blaze songs. Do you get the flex? It's a flex. Yo, the nigga that copy off of me is always on the radio. You get that flex? Hold on. I don't think people caught that flex. That nigga that don't do nothing but copy off me. He's not even as good as the real me. He's one of my kids. He just copies over everything that I'm doing. He stay on the radio, boy. It's a flex. Anyway, that's the first thing I'm going to say. This guy never misses the opportunity to big himself up. This is incredible skill. He has an incredible skill being able to big himself up every 5 minutes. Yo, this shit is retarded. No, Kanye is not even wrong. Hold on. We are in no way saying that Kanye is wrong. Kanye is not even wrong. Look, if we're going to agree that Kanye did the first half of the blueprint, right? And we're going to also agree, first, if we're going to agree, shout out to Rhonda from upstate New York, shout out to K.F. David, what up, J-Mac, what up, Philly Phil. If we're going to agree that the blueprint is consistent from the beginning to the end, it has a consistent sound, right? Consistent sound. I'm not saying an exact same sound. I'm saying if we're going to believe, if we're going to agree that the blueprint has a consistent, sound from the beginning to the end, right? And we're also saying that there's two different people that produce that were the main parties that produced the music for the blueprint, correct? And we're saying it has a consistent sound, and one of them mimicked the other, we have to believe, or one attempted to sound similar than the other, right? So if you're saying that Kanye West did the first half of the blueprint and he did the second half of the blueprint, then Kanye West is correct. He was trying to mimic the sound that Kanye West was creating. I do think Kanye West is taking the shit too far, but it's Kanye. He takes everything too far. You feel me? That's his time. What up, D Candyman? How you doing, my brother? Rhonda from upstate New York says, this was a great interview. I love that he says what he really thinks, no fear. Tomorrow we're going to have, hopefully we'll be able to have a real discussion about this tomorrow, hopefully, right? But yes, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to really break down the interview. I didn't have an opportunity. For everybody that don't know, they had the trial going on today. They had the trial going on today for Armin. Okay, I see who the account is now. Oh, so you're one of those accounts that come in here to see if you can spam. Copy. I got you, homeboy. I ain't gonna kick you yet, though. The trial for Armin Aubrey started today. I want to say something real quick. I should have led with this, but I didn't want to lead on a solemn note. They showed the pictures of Armin Aubrey's body. They showed the pictures of Armin Aubrey's body. There's no way in the freaking world that those guys should not have went on trial for this when it happened. There's just no way in the world. The district attorney down there is also being charged, basically, because she said that there was no charges here and she just let those guys go. So she's also about to be charged with some kind of obstruction of justice or some shit. She's already fired. I say all that to say this. To think that anyone of any race, of any color, of any nationality, of any gender, of any ethnicity can get gunned down in the middle of the street. And for it to be even able to be ignored for 3 months. And the only reason in which why I came into the public knowledge of us even finding out about it is because one of the individuals that was a party of this horrendous act also, in addition to that, was stupid enough to record it, or smart enough to record it. Or maybe the Most High just said, we need to do this and make sure that this is recorded. Without that man doing that, Aubrey would have died, and there would have been nothing anybody could do about nothing, because we wouldn't even have known that we should have been upset about it. Just keep that in mind. Watch that trial. Let's get back to Kanye. D Candyman said, I think Kanye took it too far with the Just Blaze comment, the blueprint. I'm gonna let y'all hear what Jay-Z had to say about it in a minute. I just want to have this conversation first. Lex Lucas says, yo, Jack, the South is still in the type of time for real, for real. It's crazy down here. Yo, my dude. They show Homeboy's body. I'm gonna tell you why they're able to kill us so easily and get away with it. You know how many of us have BS charges from being a child? You know how many of us just got into some stupid charges as a young adult that really aren't anything? But when those charges go up against us in court and we come from a certain community and look a certain way, try to change the narrative, man. We're not trying to change the narrative for me and you, homie. We're trying to change the narrative for the ones that come after us. We already living in the narrative. Even when the narrative changes for us, we've experienced it. Right? So let's create a world that our youth don't have to experience. They don't have to take that trauma and pass it on to their youth. Other than that, I'm not saying much. With that being said, let's get back to Kanye and Jay-Z. Yo, check this out. I just want to be clear on something. Just Blaze did nothing wrong. I'm going to let y'all hear what Jay-Z had to say about this. But Just Blaze did nothing wrong. I want to explain something. You want to know the problem that I have with a lot of these songs, that albums, pardon me, that comes out now? I remember when the Doggy Style album dropped. It had a consistent, it's not just an album. You understand? It's like a movie. Or it's like a season of a television series. And each individual song is an episode. And they go together. And it works together. And the album is created in a manner so purposely, when you hear one song, the next song is the perfect song to hear next. Because it allows, I'm not going to be able to do the saloon tonight. I know y'all want me to bring the saloon back. I just can't at this moment. You don't even do drops. Why are you asking me about I don't even know if you do drops or not. I'm gonna apologize about that. I'm sorry, D Nice. There's like 3 or 4 different D Nices that come in here. I don't know if you are the D Nice that is the troll or the D Nice right now who isn't. So I'm gonna apologize. With that being said, though, there is a D Nice that's a troll. That's a fact. With that also being said, I'm not reading your comments. That's right. For everybody that's wondering why I'm not reading Kaya David's comments, as you can see, I am going to put on the other screen because I don't even want the trolls' names to be popping up on my screen. So I'm going to switch the screens back over to the normal one. Check this out, though. Listen. Listen. Just Blaze did nothing wrong. The Blueprint was an album created in a different era. The time that the Blueprint was created, purposely, albums were consistent messages. So it would make sense for them to say, okay, we want a certain type of sound on this album. Let's get producers that could create this sound. Kanye created the first half. They had to get another producer that can, I don't want to say emulate, but can, I don't want to say imitate, but I want to say can reconstruct the type of energy that was on the first half of the album. I think that Kanye West should actually be flattered. They only was able to find one person, apparently, that was able to reproduce his sound, and a manner that he would even think is copying him. So I think he should be flattered. For real, for real. I mean, hell, you know how think about it. You know how many people can try to emulate somebody else and they can't? You know what people do when they try to copy off of you and they can't copy off of you, it don't look the same to them? They start really hating you. They get mad at you. I'm just, hold on, I'm gonna explain something to you. When you got them individuals out there that's trying to copy off you and trying to steal your source, and no matter what they do, they can't make it sound like you and they can't make it feel like you, you know what they do? They start hating you. They are mad at you. You are the worst thing in the world because they cannot do what you do the way that you do it. They probably gonna follow you around to the day you die. I'm just letting you know they gonna hate you. So I think Kanye West should be behooved. I think he should be flattered that there's even that they was only able to find one person that could redo his sound that he did for the Blueprint. Blueprint, incredible album for everybody who hasn't heard the Blueprint because you're in a different time frame, in a different area. You wasn't born in that particular time. For everybody, just go check it out. You're gonna love it. Believe me when I tell you this. What up, man on Mac? How you doing, my brother? He says, yo. I'm just gonna kick you. You can't spam, so I'm just gonna kick you. So you can't spam. Alright? Alright, homeboy, I'm gonna kick you though. Because you're trying to see when you're gonna be able to spam so you can come in here and spam and you can't spam. What up, man on Mac? I'm gonna play what Jay-Z had to say. And I want to be clear on something. Before I heard what Jay-Z had to say, I thought Kanye West was out of bounds. For the exact reason that I just told you. KRS-One has an album called Edutainment. It's probably one of the most underrated albums in hip-hop history. It's an incredible album. It still stands up today. It's an incredible album. It still stands up today. An incredible album. I don't have a problem with the new music that is created. I think it's beautiful for us to have a period of time that has a sound which is consistent with that era. I think that's beautiful. I think that's dope. That makes it easiest for us to differentiate or to be able to delineate the different eras of music, right? So I think it's beautiful. That era of music that we had when Edutainment came out was a time of consciousness in our community. And the proof of that is what came right after that, or what was trying to drown out that sound at that moment, rebel music. But instead of us acknowledging it as rebel music, because that music should have went like this with one another, we started saying one thing is gangster and the other thing is, you know. And when I say rebel music, I'm talking about the first NWA album. I'm talking about the first Eazy-E album. I'm talking about some of the stuff that Ice-T was doing. A lot of the music that was coming out on the West Coast was rebel music. People call it gangster rap, but I don't. All right. Now you listen to what NWA was doing on their first album, and then you go listen to what BDP was doing on their first album. It's all rebel music. We have to stop allowing other people to tell us what we're doing and how we should label it. And I think that whenever you allow other people to tell you how you should label the thing that you are doing, you give them the power over the thing and you take your power away. Just want to say that because just gonna be keep it a stack with you. All honesty, that edutainment album is incredible. It does, and I didn't hear it talked about enough when it came out. To be honest with you. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's listen to what Jay-Z had to say about. Anybody want to hear what Jay-Z had to say about? Wait, hold on. Let's do a poll real quick. Not on about right. Right. I shouldn't say who thinks. I should say do you think, right? Yeah, do you think? I don't want to say who thinks. Right, do you, right? Cool. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna put a question up. I want to know what you guys think about this real quick. Did that shit go up? What the fuck? There we go. I'm like, what the hell is up with my poll? I don't think Kanye's out of line. I mean, I think it's just some funny shit, but I don't think Kanye's out of line. I'm gonna explain something to you, right? This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. You can have obviously anybody can have their own opinion, but I don't think it's the copying off of you part that people get upset off of. I'm never upset when somebody is inspired by something that I've done. That's dope. Like anybody that's never inspired somebody, I'm letting you know right now, that's dope. Like that's one of the best feelings in the world when you inspire somebody else to do something, especially something that they're proud of. I think it's the whole people wanting to take credit for something that they didn't create that could sometimes make an individual feel like that adulation that might actually be the reason in which why the art was created isn't that at all. What it actually is somebody stealing an idea and then trying to take credit for it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not 100% sure, but so that could be how Kanye is feeling. I don't know his and Just Blaze's relationship, but also Kanye likes to if y'all never noticed this, Kanye likes to pat other people on the back, clap it up for other people by pushing other people down. So he'll wait for his opportunity. Like if he got a beef with you, he'll wait for his opportunity to be talking good about somebody else, and then he'll just throw you up in the mix. Kanye's a funny dude, man. Just throw you up in the mix. Cause, I didn't like this nigga from years ago. I'm gonna let you know right now. And he just throw other people up in the mix. So shout out to Kanye for that tactic. I don't know what to tell you. But he is definitely on it like that. Let's listen to what Jay-Z had to say real quick.
I think, again, everyone is entitled to their opinion and everyone sees things through their own lens. And it may not, some of it could be true, some of it may not be true, but that's the lens that you see it through. So you just speaking to your truth. And I think the one thing I would say out of the, all the pieces I've seen is, maybe the Just Blaze thing was a bit unfair. Because if you're making an album, if you're creating an album, um, and the assignment is soul samples, everyone's coming with soul. It's not.
I just want to ask you, did you watch it and what do you think of it?
Yeah, one created for the project. The thing was the baby was the blueprint, and I think everyone should be prized for what we created. You know, it's in like the, I don't know what you call that, the Library of Congress or something. It's like it's something that we all should be proud of, and everyone should be prized for their contribution. Um, I mean, some of those songs on there you don't know in Song Cry, like some of the pillars of that album. You know, um, but everyone had a contribution. I would say, and I don't think anyone was copying off anyone. I think Bing did what he brought to the table, and we all had the assignment and created this one body of work. Other than that, you know, again, it's anyone's opinion of what they believe is, their truths. Everyone's gonna have a different truth.
I want to say something real quick. Listen, first of all, what y'all might not realize is the blueprint was the rebirth of Jay-Z. The blueprint was Jay-Z already being a thing that was dope that everybody loved. Um, a lot of people loved. Uh, Tupac and Biggie passing away, right? And then the blueprint dropped. And that's when Jay-Z became the best rapper on the planet, allegedly. I'm still a big Nas fan. A big Nas Rockin' fan. But I do believe that the blueprint dropped after Jay-Z and, pardon me, after Tupac and Biggie passed away. Let me check real quick, because I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let's look that up real quick. Jay-Z blueprint dropped September 11th, 2001. What did I say? Rebirth, right? I'm gonna be quiet. September 11th, 2001. That's when the blueprint dropped. Let's see. Jay-Z and Biggie was already passed away. They died in 70. They died in 96 and 97 respectively. What up, Power Talk? What up, Natasha Johnson? She said, right, Jay gave an assignment and they followed. The only thing is Kanye was first with the assignment. No, what I think is this, but we see this is okay, listen. Close. I think the problem is what came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first? What Kanye did or the idea or concept that that's how the album was gonna sound? What came first? Did Kanye create the sound for the album, or was that already the idea for the sound for the album and Kanye did his first? Me and you don't know that. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Me and you don't know that. That's all I'm saying. All respect due. Personally, the way that I feel, there's a good chance that there's just as good chance one way that it is the other. And if it is that Kanye created the sound and then that sound was then decided that that's how the album was going to sound, that album was going to have, and then Just Blaze jumped on, then yeah, I could see why Kanye would be feeling the way if Just Blaze didn't give him his due respect. I could see that. I don't know either, Natasha Johnson. I have zero ideas on this. I know zero things about this. What did I say? Anyway, how long the show's been for? How long we've been up so far? I want to see if we're going to open it up yet. We at the 39-minute mark. We should have opened it up already like 10 minutes ago. All right, so we're open for all discussions right now. Anything that y'all guys want to talk about, put it in the chat. I let the chat. I pulled the chat up for a minute or two. Y'all can see the people we kicking. So when you see me kick somebody, y'all can throw y'all bags. I don't gotta say shit. Y'all can just throw bags whenever you see somebody getting kicked. What up, Just 2.0? Because that's what you got to understand. Often what's happening is there's a sound created. Like, what came first? Like, you'll hear people talking about their albums. And sometimes people will talk about the fact that they went and what happened was somebody had a song or two. That song or two ended up on an album. And then now that's what the album sounded like. I'm just telling y'all, for the people that don't know, this happens. Oh yes, I am gonna talk about that. Shout out to that. We got some stuff to talk about Boozy. Hold on. I hate when they do that. See, this is the difference. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you the difference between gossip and reporting the news. I'm gonna tell you the difference between gossip and reporting the news. Listen. I'm gonna tell you the difference between gossip and reporting the news. Listen. I'm gonna tell you the difference. This is gossip. And this is gossip that is created by the news, by this is gossip. Look, I'm gonna let you see this. I'm gonna tell you why this is gossip. Or I don't know if you want to call it gossip. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. Look at this. We're not doing that. Ain't nothing happened to Dirk. We're not doing that, homie. We're not doing that. I'm not gonna warn you about it. I'm gonna put you on the timeout, but I'm not gonna warn you. That's it. We're not gonna do that. We're not doing that, homie. I'm gonna tell you why this is bullshit. So it says hashtags Fetty Wap's arrest. It says 1.5 million in cold hard cash, bricks, cocaine, bags of heroin, as well as the highly dangerous drug fentanyl. What the fuck? Do they know how to write a sentence? Anyway, at least 11 bags of money was shown, consisting of 150. Okay, I'm not doing this. Okay, I'm not. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you what's wrong with this because these people don't even know how to write a sentence. Let me see how many subs they have. Okay, these guys' sentence writing capabilities is in the trash. I don't know what to tell you. These guys, they was like, you know what? We wanted to learn how to write sentences, but instead we went for ice cream. I don't know what to tell you. What in the hell? Shout out to them though. All of the shout outs. We're gonna shout them out some textbooks. Get them delivered. Maybe a tutor along with it. What the hell? Yeah, we're not talking about people not getting credit for their music, but that I'm not even gonna get into what frequency wait. I'm not even gonna get to how that's a whataboutism. What up, No Limit Gaming? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm not even gonna get into it though. Shout out to you though. And yes, a lot of people didn't get credit. That's a fact, but that has zero to do with what we're talking about. You know what else happened that doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about? The seatbelt. You know what? That thing wasn't created to the 70s. That also has nothing to do with what we're talking about. What up, Just 2.0? It says we went to Coney Island and got some hot dogs. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Shout out to that, though. A lot of people didn't get credit for their music. That's a fact. But that has zero to do with what we're talking about. God damn it, man. We were actually in the commission of. We were actually currently talking about Fetty Wap. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just kicking him. Because I know who it is. There's only one person that come in here with a crazy amount of accounts asking low vibration conversations. What the fuck? What the fuck? Just what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. Like, all right, I'm not gonna let that shit get to me. Like my brain sometimes can't it don't like sometimes shit I break. Like I don't know what to say. Like I see shit that don't make no sense, and then I need a co-host. Cause sometimes I see shit that just make no sense, and I'm like, a human thought of that. What up, Roach? We got Ganju Roach in here. He says, peace for us. Salute to James S. All you see is smoking feet. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Somebody thought of that? Anyway, these guys don't know how to write sentences. Anyway, the point being is, Fetty Wap is not being charged with the 1.5 million in cold hard cash. He's not being charged with the bags of heroin, and he's not being charged with the fentanyl. As far as I know right now, Fetty Wap is only being charged with the cocaine. So when they're talking about Fetty Wap being arrested, and then they don't put into the context that there were people he was arrested with, and all of these people encompass maybe these charges, and they just put Fetty Wap's name, and then they just put all the stuff on the table like it's all attributed to him. I think that's bad reporting. That's all I was saying. And I don't think that's fair to Fetty. I think that's making him look like he's the drug kingpin of this and the drug kingpin of that, when the majority of the drugs and all of the most dangerous of the drugs, even though all of those drugs are dangerous, aren't even his. You understand what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's fair. I don't like when people do that. I don't think that's fair. I don't even know Fetty. So don't make it seem like, yo, he's trying to take up for his boys over the years. I don't even know this guy. Just 2.0 says, how could they take the article? How could they take this article? I don't even know. Am I just not reading well today? How can they take this article for sure? What the hell are you talking about? Just, man, have you been hitting the chimneys today? Have you been chimneying? Yes, Fetty makes it sensationalized. We all get that. But what I'm saying is you can still report fairly. I don't understand how we can't report fairly. Yes, he's sensational. He puts the story, boom, up there. Absolutely. Hey, Roach, you want to call in? The line's open. Roach, the line's open if you want to call in on this Fetty situation. That article is looking... No, the point is that I just don't like that they worded it in a manner that... I don't like when they do that, man. I grew up reading the newspaper, and every time a black guy did a crime, it was all of the negative connotations, and whenever somebody, a white person or a black person or a person of color did a crime in general, it was all of the negative connotations. But then when a white person did the crime or somebody else did the crime that was more favored, the wording was a lot more, it was a lot better. It was, they didn't hate you. Shout out to Rugi House. He says Fetty should have learned from John Forte. John Forte's still done, right? John Forte ain't never getting out, right? John Forte is finished. What did John Forte get caught with? He got caught with... What did John Forte get caught with? For everybody that don't know who this was, John Forte, do y'all remember the Fugees? Anyway, the Fugees had somebody that wasn't part of the Fugees, but he ran with the camp. His name was John Forte. He was on a couple of tracks with them. It was aight. He got caught up, and he's been in jail since who knows when. Did he get out yet? Is he ever getting out? I think he got out though, right? Yeah, he got out. Anyway, he went and did some time. I forget how much time. Just 2.0 said, yes, get a drag or you gonna see 4-footed smoke walking down the blacks. So John Forte got caught. I think he got caught at the airport too or some shit like that, right? Gone liquid cocaine? Roach, you want to call in? Yeah, I know he's out. He's out on $500,000 bond. Roach, you want to call in? My line's open. It seems like you has the most interesting things to say right now. Matter of fact, you want me to open up a clubhouse? You could call in or I could open up a clubhouse. It's on you. Yes, Fetty is out currently. He $500,000 bond. He's currently out. That's a fact. Right? The sad thing is that Fetty could have been the rap thing going and felt he needed to get back to the streets. I have no idea what's going on with Fetty. I'm not gonna So which one? You want to call in or you want me to do the clubhouse? If you want to call in, just call in. My line's open. Give you 5 copy. We're about to get some exclusive Fetty Wap informations right now in about a couple of minutes. Just 2.0 says, why people always bashing black people for stuff but won't talk about Charlie Sheen of the world? I think Charlie Sheen got roasted for the time that he was getting roasted, right? For the time that Charlie Sheen was getting roasted, Charlie Sheen was getting killed. And remember, right before we started killing Charlie Sheen was the man, right? He was doing a whole bunch of wild stuff that people was just like, what in the hell? He's my fucking spirit animal. Hold on, let me. Hey, you can hear me? Hold on. Let me connect my speaker real quick. Sorry about that. I thought I was already connected to the damn thing. Should have been. What the fuck? All right. Say something. I don't know. It won't let me hook you up to my speaker for some strange reason. I don't know why. So we'll just play it like this. You get me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Clear.
All right. That's what's up, my brother. So who we got on the jack? Let everybody know we talk to.
This is John Goo, Roach, copyright, copyright, copyright and publishing, I guess, specialist. How you doing, Frost?
Chilling, my brother. As always, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Okay, so as far as I know, you have some information. Tell us about Fetty Wap's situation that you can disclose if you don't mind.
Well, yeah. Well, I sent my lawyer over to go see him. My lawyer sat down with Fetty Wap for about an hour, either yesterday or the day before. Um, Basically, he just even though he was checking to see if he had representation, come to find out that 50 Cent sent him a lawyer, so 50 Cent got him some representation. 50 Cent got Fetty a lawyer named Elizabeth Mondiano, something like that. But make a long story short, she's supposed to be a high-powered attorney down from downtown. So that's who's representing Fetty for now. They put a bail package together, and he got out today. He was nonviolent, I guess. He's the only one that didn't get charged with a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Boom.
Yeah. So I guess they let him slide on that with restrictions. And just like you said before, I guess they're accusing him for wholesaling the cocaine, nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else. Like, just so we
Mm-hmm.
could be clear, I do have a pretty decent gripe that it should be actually highlighted that the only thing that he's involved with is the cocaine, right? That's important here, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, just like the guy in the chat said, the sensationalism of it, you know what I'm saying? It's the fabrication sounds a lot better,
That's a fact. You know
you know?
what? Maybe that's how I'm messing up. I'm saying the actual things too much, and I need to exaggerate more. I'm not exaggerating enough for the world. They're like,
Yeah,
BBN, we love you, but you're telling the truth. Exaggerate. We need these things amplified. Now, what you were
yeah.
saying?
According according to the paperwork, it seems like he put up the house in Georgia, so as the bail.
Okay.
So he did that. I don't know where he's at now, but I'm the guy. I don't run the label he's signed to, but I'm the consultant
Mm,
for the CEO of the label.
mm,
So I'm like heavy advisor, and I got all the paperwork and everything. So they hired me to help clean up the label,
mm.
with some of the issues verse 300, or with some of the issues verse some of the writers that they have signed to them and stuff like that. So I kind of like know what's going on, at least on the music side with Fetty stuff, and things like that. So that's how I got involved since like 2019. I've been involved with RGF Productions and in their business, with Fetty, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody's wishing him luck, We're hoping that none of this is true with what we're on and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we just kind of see how it plays out.
Yeah,
And
because
also,
at the same time, not for nothing. Some the way I'm looking at it is the way that I'm hearing the chain of events was, 5 people were arrested. Then after those 5 people were arrested, then Fetty Wap was then arrested. So there's a good chance that somebody could have just been throwing his name in the mix, and what they're saying he's involved in that he's not involved in. That's just that possibility still exists.
well, somebody's snitching because one of those people, the guy that's the CEO, I forgot his name, but the guy that was with Fetty that got arrested, he he just got arrested in the last year in a big ass drug bust. So he was already on the radar, and and there's already some stories about him, which I can't confirm, but the case is uglier than what it looks, because there's like other transactions and other busts from other people that kind of led to this. So there's more than what we see. You know what I'm saying? There was like some other people arrested in 2020 and 2019 that are not even named on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like part of whole nother organization.
Copy. Okay, so
Yeah.
somebody is talking about something. We're not
Yeah, I
gonna
think
call
some,
it
I think,
snitching. We're not gonna call it snitching, right? Because we don't know if the people are telling the truth. They could
right,
just be
right.
talking. So somebody is talking apparently, whether they're telling the truth or whether they're lying, who knows? But they're definitely talking.
Yeah, exactly. So that's that's the situation in here right there. The $500,000 bail. I'm glad it was 500,000. I thought it was going to be more, but but since I guess they got him into the nonviolence, and where's he going? You know what I'm saying? They took his passport and he's famous as hell, so he wasn't.
I mean, it's pretty. It's gonna be pretty hard for him to trick people,
Yeah,
man. He only got one eye.
let him go out there and earn. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Innocent until proven guilty. Let him go out there, get his show money. Let him get his mind right. He just had his best friend just died over the summer,
Yeah,
and his daughter.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, unfortunately, he got himself caught up in some other bullshit. But as he gets older, he just needs to ease his mind. Get more responsible. With who he's hanging out with and things like that.
Nah, that's a fact. I mean, well, those are things that we all should be trying to do. Hang out
Yeah,
with
I'm
people
just
that.
saying, but yeah, man, there's like he's fucking Fetty Wap. He's one of the
That's a
most
fact.
popular people at one point. You just gotta
Dude, he
get your shit.
changed. Could we just hold on? Let's stop everything for a minute. You know this sound that Migos. Who came out first? Fetty Wap or Migos?
Migos,
What you said?
Migos.
Migos came out first.
Yeah, Migos came out first, and then they were both signed to the same label, and then Migos got smart and got out the 300 deal, and they went
Okay,
over the
so we
most.
don't. So we don't 100% know where the sound came from initially. So the point in which I'm trying to make
Fetty
is
Wap came out in like 2014 with Trap Queen. Migos was out since like 2012ish.
okay. So around the same time, the point in which I'm trying to make is he was a part of helping to create this sound that we have now.
Oh yeah, he was major with the sound. Yeah, he played his part. Sure.
Exactly. So he is actually a pretty like this is when we talk about hip hop history, you literally have to talk about that song Trap Queen. It has to come up at some point.
Not only that, I mean, he got other records. I mean, he sold about 30 million records between his album. He had another song called 679 Remix. That thing sold like Trap Queen went diamond.
No, the point in which I'm trying to make, no, I'm agreeing with you by the way, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Sure.
I'm agreeing with you. He has definitely other sounds. The same thing
Mm-hmm.
that happened with the Migos happened to him. When he came out and his sound was doing what it was doing, he started getting on tracks with other people. They started stealing some of the sauce. These are
Mm-hmm.
facts.
Yeah.
So I'm not disputing your point. All I'm saying is that that song Trap Queen specifically has to also be mentioned in conjunction with his other music. Trap Queen has to be mentioned by name. But other
Yeah.
songs you could just, round about it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, shoot, they
That's all
got a BT series called Trap Queen. It wouldn't have been named that without him naming that.
I'm saying. I didn't even think of that. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
you get my point there. Okay, hold on. I want to read some comments real quick. If you don't mind. I want to read. We're talking about Fetty, so I'm gonna read Fetty Wap comments. We don't have any Fetty comments right now. We only have Treyway comments. I'll read one of the Treyway comments, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you did your research, you know that. Okay, he was. If you did your research, he was known to sign the Treyway. Then look what happened with them, so that you know how business goes. Everything
No,
isn't 1, 2, 3. So he could see some people can be talented. What you was gonna say?
no, he's talking about what Fetty was going to sign the Treyway. That was a rumor. That was never true.
Boom. First of all, how many other people did Treyway say was going to sign to them, and they signed 0 people?
Right. Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. Please. Yeah. No. That was just clickbait. That was just game. Fetty could never sign to Treyway because he signed to RGF Productions. RGF Productions has to deal with 300. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not. No one has even fulfilled their obligation. You know what I'm saying? Contractually. So there was no way Treyway was going to get involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they
I mean,
will finish what you're saying.
I'm just saying at that point, it just and it just doesn't. It just ain't going to happen like that. It just ain't going to happen. There's contractual obligations. Treyway would have had to come in with even to consider it, they would have had to come in with a whole bunch of money that 300, would have to say okay about. I mean, it just doesn't happen like that.
Yo, we got people in the chat trying to tell you that he was with Treyway. Do you see what I'm going through?
No, you can't. They can't tell me. I co-run the company. How are you going to tell me?
But you do
You
know
know
that's
what I'm
gonna say
saying?
that's their opinion. So since that's their opinion, and you are respecting their opinion, and you're a bad person.
I mean, that's like once again, it was just a rumor that they put out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me something I don't know. That I would know. I mean, I have the paperwork. I know everything from top to bottom that's gone on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here to clean it up. There's no such thing as Treyway Fetty Wap.
No, I'm with you. I just want to let you know.
I'm just talking to the chat.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I'm with you.
That's just not happening.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I told you I was talking to Alpo too the last 3 weeks, right? Until he passed away.
Yeah, you was talking about that. You wanna fill us in?
Yeah, I was talking to Poe. My partner was putting together a phone call with him and 50 Cent, to see if he was going to consider
Wait, hold
being
on. Can we
released.
stop everything for 1 second? Could we give a shout out to 50 Cent for bailing for sending a lawyer for Fetty? It seems like 50 Cent be sending lawyers for niggas. Because remember, he sent the lawyer for Tekashi also, but the lawyer got there too late. Tekashi already was talking. 50 Cent is out here doing God's work. I don't know what to tell you. He said, assume he is. 50 Cent sent the lawyer for Fetty. Could we clap it up for 50?
Yeah,
Finish what you was gonna say, my brother. My apologies for interrupting you.
yeah, and 50's lawyer got him out on a bail package. You know what I'm saying? Now another lawyer I was talking to that's big time before that, when I was at the airport last week, he was saying like, I don't think he's going to be able to get out. But sure enough, he got out. So,
Hold on. Wasn't I saying he was gonna probably be able to get out? Wasn't I
mhm.
saying because he's not attached to the guns? Wasn't I saying that? I was literally saying that. He's not
There you
attached to the
go.
guns. The other dudes is attached to the guns. Those are violent crimes. He's gonna probably be able to get out. And they're not
Mm-hmm.
attaching him to the fentanyl. I say, yo, once they didn't attach him to the fentanyl and the guns, that means that he's not attached to the stuff that's gonna kill you. Because fentanyl is gonna kill you. The guns, it's for killing. Do you get what I'm saying? The heroin is terrible too. I don't know. He wasn't attached to that. So shout out to that shit. But I said all that
Right.
shit.
Yeah, no, it's a blessing. Hopefully he can slide on all this. But yeah, I was trying to get Poe, a situation with through 50. My partner was talking to the camp, and we were probably like a week away from putting the call together till we heard, about this happening. Now, what I do have, I got a recorded video with me, Alpo, and one of Mike Tyson's business partners, the producer of Hot Boxing.
Yeah.
And he's talking a bunch of junk in that video. He's talking about how he was going to kill Mike Tyson.
Who?
Yeah, he's talking about how he was going to
Poe?
kill. He's talking about how he killed Demencio. A whole bunch of stuff on this video. I'm wondering I should maybe hold on to it. It might have some value.
Are you joking? Wait. You recorded him? This is just between you and him?
Me, him, and the producer of Hot Boxing.
Oh, Mike Tyson's guy.
The producer of Hot Boxing recorded it, not me.
Yes. Oh wow. And he
You know what
said
I'm
he was
saying?
gonna try to kill Mike Tyson.
He said he was going to kill Mike Tyson with Demencio one day. Mm-hmm. He said in a video, he said he called off the hit because Demencio wasn't in the car when he saw Mike. He said him and his people were going to light the whole car up. He said that he told the producer there'd be no Mike Tyson today. That's what he told him. because we were gonna, do our thing. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
check this out.
But the producer liked that more because the producer, once again, I got him on the phone with the producer because I was working on trying to get him on hotboxing. He
Yo,
was he was pretty much booked.
yo, check this out. I'm gonna make a video about this tomorrow, right? But you know,
Mm-hmm.
anybody that makes a video about this watches the BBN.
Mm-hmm.
So, because this is not information that's out there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no one knows
This is
about this.
all exclusive. Alpo said that he was going to try to kill Mike Tyson. And the only reason why Mike Tyson is not dead is because Dementio was not in the car with him at that time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Exclusive!
he called it off. His man was, yeah. I mean, I'd have to hear it again, but I remember, in the conversation, yeah, he said he called it off. Yeah, no one knows. I'm just telling you. You're the first person I told.
Shout out to Roach. Shout out to the
Mm-hmm.
people that's a part of the BBN community.
Yeah, he
We
said he
don't
was gonna
have,
black.
just so we could be clear, nobody over here is a fucking fan. We are a community. And I appreciate y'all being here. I don't have fans. We family or we ain't shit.
Yeah, man, that recording was like 2 days before he passed away. He was sitting in his car. He was sitting in the car in Harlem. It was during the nighttime. He was sitting in the car in Harlem, conversating with us.
Somebody said, is this guy talking even a real authentic manager or whatever?
What he said? What he asked?
Is this guy talking even a real authentic manager or whatever?
Am I a real authentic manager?
Yeah, I don't know. He just in here
I'm not.
trolling.
Well, I only manage a few. I only manage a few people. I manage the show boys. I do mostly consulting. I consult for, once again, the Big Pun Estate, the DMX Estate, a bunch of other people and stuff like that. I'm mostly a consultant for copyrights, and protection of copyrights and protection of deception. A lot of people, have money discrepancies. They're not getting the money from the label, or the manager might be jerking them, or I just show them money flow. This way they're educated and they can get all their money. I kind of referee the business.
Okay. I mean,
So
yeah,
that's
but you've been
that's
on the
basically.
show before. That person just, they just. It's good for you to repeat your credentials every now and then. I
So,
like.
I mean, I do manage, a couple of people, but it was selective. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
I'm mostly a copyright consultant, forensic consultant on the royalty end.
I need you
You
to
know?
do some forensic accounting for me, man. Them damn I don't really need forensic accounting. I'm just saying shit. I'm just saying shit.
I get, I got a couple of rappers out of IRS issues. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
Yo,
I
I
try
really
to.
do want to have a talk to you about my taxes, though.
I'm not a tax guy, but a lot of these rappers moved to New Jersey. So, all of a sudden I'll try to collect some money at Universal or some label, and then I'll get it. And then somebody at Universal will tell me like, oh, there's a lien over here on behalf of his name. So then I might have to go to the IRS building to see what the actual, I have a meeting on his behalf or something like that, to see what the actual issue is, because sometimes somebody's cashed a check in that person's name, and you catch the tax issue. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, this game is ugly. People's checks get cashed all the time in their name. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's gonna fall on you. I forged your signature. I cashed the check. It's still gonna come to you to pay the taxes.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that. So once again, that's part of the forensics. We just got to see everything detailed, how the money flew quarter to quarter. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? Did the label pay the right royalty rate? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's
Okay.
it's 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 a mess. It's a mess behind the scenes, bro. Trust me, it's a mess. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
Copy. No,
So you,
I mean,
yeah.
I 100% I 100% understand because like okay, so in the 90s, like this is the problem I think people have sometimes when I be talking about the hip hop. And this
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why I think a lot of people might not like some of the things that I say. I do over here talk about a lot of shit that really be going on, like how the rappers are getting abused, their money is getting stolen and shit like that. And I really do be putting people on the game. So what
Right.
y'all have, yeah, thank you. I do. This guy works in the industry. I'm really putting people on the game. So the point in which I'm trying to make is y'all don't understand how bad it was in the 90s.
Right.
Like there's people that signed deals in the 90s that they might as well just forget about making money in the music industry. It's just
Yeah. If you sign the Profile Records, you probably one of those victims that you're talking about.
yeah, just might as well just do something else with your life. They have people signing deals. Okay, so let's
Yo,
talk about. I want to talk to you
I
about
just
this.
had the Cash App. I just had the Cash App a rapper $100 about 5 hours ago. All right. I mean, shit happens. It's all good. But this guy's popular. He was popular to the point at one point where he shouldn't have these discrepancies. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But once again, he was uneducated, and people took advantage of him. And now we're trying to fix it. And this is what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? You don't do your homework. You didn't want to do your homework in high school. You better do your homework in this business. I'll tell you that. Because you weren't getting paid in school, but you're gonna get paid for this. You know what I'm saying?
that's a fact.
and you know, people are quick to jump into your money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the less I tell the artist, the more money's going to be in my pocket because the less questions you ask. I mean,
The
the
less you
less
know,
the more I can keep.
that's a fact. I want to say something real quick. So I just found out that Summer Walker's deal goes like this. Do you know about the Summer Walker deal?
No.
Okay, so Summer Walker deal. I'm gonna tell you the first part of Summer Walker's deal. All right. So the first thing that I know about it is, she is getting 15 cent off of every dollar that the record label make.
She's getting 15 cents off of every dollar.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that the label makes. I mean, so what? You trying to say she got 15 points? Because that's she got 15 points out of a pie. If she has 15 points, you didn't say anything bad yet. But go on.
Okay, so she got 15% out of every dollar. That's not bad. You're saying that's good. Okay.
15 points. I mean, 15 points isn't that bad for an artist deal. You know what I'm saying? If she got an artist deal, she got 15 points. That's pretty good. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? Now, I mean, if she's under now, if the production company that she signed to got 15 points, and then they had to do a split, then that's not good. But if she got 15 points, I can't really say. But first, but 15 points is just the exterior. What's the interior of the contract that pulls away the 15 points?
okay. I only know a couple of these things, so I don't know the entirety of
I
it.
work with her now. What's up?
So also, she sold her masters for 85K.
She sold her,
That's a loan that she has to repay.
she sold her masters for 85K.
That's a loan that she has to repay back.
Okay, so she did a loan. Okay, well, appreciate. There's a lot of things right now. There's a lot. The past 3-4 years, there's a lot of companies out right now that do. They're kind of like predator loaners. There's a lot of companies out now like Sound Royalties, Lyric Financial, Royalty Exchange. There's a whole bunch of companies that call you up. Yeah, I'll loan you some money. They'll loan you some money against your account. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Okay.
So she might have did that. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy to do those deals. But
Yeah, she sold them. She sold. It says
so
sold.
she sold it for 85,000.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
she has to pay it back.
I would consider her selling her masters for 85,000 would be a bad deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to read more detail into that. You know what I'm
And they
saying?
make 15% off of all of her merch. Anything that she does outside of music.
So she sold her master. And they keep 15%. Well, that's not a full sale. If they get to keep only a percentage, I mean, they would supposed to be keeping 100%. Well,
Okay.
15% of merch. Okay.
Merch. Like
Okay.
anything
What?
outside of any money she make outside of music.
For $85,000?
I don't. Yeah, there's something like that. I don't
I
have it.
mean, you know, she might not even know what she signed because I mean, I got a guy who signed a 65-35 deal, right?
Okay.
And okay, I'm gonna tell you the most dangerous word in the business right now, or one of the most dangerous words in a contract. If you see the word upstream,
Wow.
yeah,
Explain.
you see the word upstream, it ain't good. It ain't good. Upstream is not good. You know what I'm saying? Upstream, basically, all right, so I had a guy that signed a 65-35. All right. This guy, it went super popular. But make a long story short, he signed a 65-35. And there was an upstream clause in there that if it reached a certain point, that the 65-35, like the 65 for my guy was getting 65, the label was getting 35. So it
Copy.
was almost like
Oh, hold on. So your guy was getting 65 and the label was
yeah, so
getting
my guy
35.
was getting 2/3 basically, and the label was getting a third. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on. So wait, just so we could break this down. So when someone, so he was getting 65 points.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 points for Summer Walker still good though.
Yeah, well, he was the company,
Oh, I got what you're saying. So if they okay, copy. Keep going.
and he was bringing in artists. You know what I mean? So it was 65-35 with the upstream.
Copy.
Once the upstream kicked in, meaning like it's doing well, or it's just this bullshit, meaning like, oh, we got to put more money into it because it's gonna hit like certain distribution and stuff. The 65-35 turned around to a 80-20, 80 for them and 20 for my guy.
Whoa.
It switched around from 65 to 20 on the upstream.
Whoa.
This guy had about $12 million coming in the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? So now when that money's coming in the pipeline, he only gets 20% of it instead of 65.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the label did him dirty. It was like more like a trick. More like, okay, upon this $1 million advance, the lawyer didn't pay attention to it. He just thought about his wallet.
Yeah.
And he okayed the $1 million advance, and the $1 million advance turned the upstream into an 80-20. And
Wow.
he based it off they collected $1 million advance when there was $12 million coming in the pipeline.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The label was so greedy, you know, basically that they fooled them. You know what I'm saying? Exercised the option and took the money. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why niggas don't get shot.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to say. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be extreme violence on some of these guys, man. Or else they're gonna keep on playing with you, bro. These suit and tie guys are gonna keep on walking by you, laughing, looking at you when they got most of your check. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better do something about that shit. I'm not gonna say what, but man, y'all better do something about that. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna keep on playing it all day. You ain't nobody getting touched, so I might as well keep on doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting. You know, I know guys that we listen to living in the projects because the labels, you know, duped them or
Damn.
tricked them out of like certain things and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much hate record labels. I'm no fan of no record label. You know what I'm saying? If you got a record deal, I'm not impressed. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even know what you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like at least on the money end. You know what I'm saying? Like it's humiliating the type of games that they play. You know what I mean? I got worse stories than that. You know what I'm saying? So come to think of it, so I mean, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I recommend somebody do something else, man. I don't even recommend these guys be in this music business.
Damn.
You know, most of them go do something else, man.
Damn.
You know,
Damn. That's crazy.
there's a crowded market.
Well, a
90%
lot
of
of
the
them are
guys,
going to jail now.
I mean, even the guys that I knew in their 20s, by the time they turn my age, they don't have any money. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got numerous rappers that had to loan money to, bro. There's man, most of them don't last with the money. You know what I'm saying? Like once the career's over, everything's over. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get educated in between time. You know, you pick up some of these guys at 20 years old off the street, and they're running fast on the fast track. You know, and then the business slows down to 30, 35 or something like that if they're lucky. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't learn nothing in between.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? I just spoke to somebody today, and he's been in the business since 1990. Had a hit record in the whole nine, and you know he was like, "Yo, no one's ever told me this." You know what I'm saying? All between 30 years. He talks to the record label owner, not all the time, but he's spoken to him the past 25, 30 years. The record label owner ain't telling him shit because he's stealing his money. I had to tell him today, "Oh, this guy's stealing your money."
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You and your co-writer. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a game of education. The more I tell you, the more questions you can ask. You know what I'm saying? The more you're going to have in your pocket because you know the right questions to ask. The less questions you ask, the more I can take from you because you don't know what to ask.
That's a fact.
You
What
know
up,
what I'm
GT
saying?
Massive? Yo, first of all, we have real quick, just so everybody can know, we have Roach on the phone, Ganju Roach. He is he works in the industry. He helps rappers get their monies from labels so the labels can't abuse these individuals. First of all, somebody put the Cash App in the chat. That's one. We have an interview. We have an excellent interview going on with the brother. Uh, First thing, what's the first advice that you would give to a rapper upon them being approached by a record label? And this is a rapper who has intentions on signing, not a rapper who is gonna turn it down. What's the best advice you could give to a rapper that has just been approached by a label?
Well, I mean, this is the most crucial part of their life right here. But the thing about it is that they got besides the record deal, they got to be excellent at perceiving and understanding the definition of good. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, I could grab up 10 lawyers. You know, how does he know which one's good? They're all going to be able to execute your deal. You know what I'm saying? But which one could do the miscellaneous things? You know what I'm saying? I can't afford no games, even the first go round. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, without you being partially educated, you still can't pick out the definition of good with these lawyers. You don't know. It's blank to you. You know what I'm saying? So now you're just rolling dice. You know what I'm saying? You know how many artists you know, oh, I had this lawyer, I had that lawyer, you know, they all signed bad deals. Big Pun signed a horrible deal. Well, he signed a bad deal, not because of Joe. I'm just saying he just had for example, he just had a lawyer that wasn't that good that could have did a better job with like little miscellaneous things. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
nothing to do with Joe.
Nah, no, not at all. I'm just saying. So it's like, you know, a whole bunch of artists had bullshit deals. You know what I'm saying? Compromised deals. Like, just imagine like a guy like Black Robert G. Depp, all right?
Mm.
Okay, so you got a guy like Black Robert G. Depp. They come over to Bad Boy, but the thing about it is that they didn't have any other label wanting them. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there was no. So your contract's going to be compromised because there's no iron sharpening iron like Def Jam versus Bad Boy.
Yeah.
I can make little picks in my contract to get it better and stuff like that. There was no point.
Like how NBA teams like how NBA players always want to pretend like they're gonna come to the Knicks, so
Yeah.
other teams
So
give them more
right.
money.
So right. So just think. So Puff's going to slap you with this paperwork, right? And your lawyer's going to work around it. You know what I'm saying? He'll make it a little bit better than what it is or something possibly, or they're just going to sign that. You know what I'm saying?
Copy.
So, you know, so you're stuck on these type of deals, you know what I'm saying? Where you might not be getting as many points as you really would, you know what I'm saying, over a Def Jam or what have you. You know what I'm saying? A guy like Puff is asking for half of your publishing on all compositions, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So you're losing on that end a little bit. But that's all because, you know, like I said, you didn't have anybody else wanting you. Now if you go like maybe like 3 years later, you go to Shine, right? 99, a bunch of labels want to Shine, right? You know what I'm saying? So Puff couldn't hit him with that same contract, like, oh, here's the 50-50, blah, 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 the whoop-de-woo. You know what I'm saying? Shine was like, nah, like Def Jam wants me, this label wants me. So Puff is more like now, like, oh, what do you want to stay with me? I'll give you $1 million, you can keep your publishing. A totally whole different deal than the Locks or Black Rob or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because he had options which made Puff compromise now. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with French Montana. He had options. Kanye, Rick Ross, all these labels wanted him in 2011. You know what I'm saying? You okay, Puff? I'll sign with you, but you ain't taking my publishing like everybody else you did. Carl Thomas, Faith, everybody else you took. You can't take mine. Everybody wants me. You know what I'm saying? So he made Puff compromise. Oh, okay, here's a couple of million, and you get to keep the publishing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so Just 2.0, just so we could, I want to read Just 2.0's comment. No, I get what you're saying. Just 2.0, the question that he was just answering is not whether somebody should sign with a record label or not. It was if a person was to, they were already predisposed that they wanted to sign to a record label, what would then be the most important thing that they would need to know at that point in order to make the best
I mean,
decisions?
understanding, like I said before, understanding what a good lawyer, understand what a good lawyer is.
Yeah,
It can make you or kill you. But you got to understand what that is. Your friend can't say, "Oh, I got a good lawyer," because he don't know what a good lawyer is.
that's a fact. I wanted
You
to
know what I
read
mean?
Just 2.0's comment though, because I think that he makes a great point, and I want to ask you about it.
Sure.
Okay, so Just 2.0's comment is labels are people that work in the office behind a computer, a phone. They aren't machines or robots. Independent artists that know how to do these things on their own, they don't need a label. And also, labels are banks for artists. But point I'm trying to make, artists can make it happen. Labels are overhyped. It's like being a professional boxer and not
Who is
signing
that?
to a promotional company. It's Just
Just
2.0.
Yeah, no, and I agree with him, and that's a great comment. I mean, these days, the DSP market is out there for you. You don't need a record label to get your stuff put on Spotify and all these other digital streaming platforms. You actually got a lane. But you just gotta fill it and popularize yourself. Yeah, you don't. I mean, the labels are in fear of independence right now. You got companies like Empire Distribution. That's where Fat Joe is, and maybe like the Griselda people are over there. A whole bunch of people are over there that don't have major deals. You know what I'm saying? Like, put it this way. I mean, Fat Joe's living like he got a major deal. You know what I'm saying? Like when his record comes out, you hear it across America and stuff like that. He don't need no major label. You know what I'm saying? And I assume he got an 80-20 or something good like that, where he's getting 80% of the royalties. A major label couldn't make him any more popular than what he is right now, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Copy.
So you might as well go independent and go make more money independently. I mean, if he was on Warner Brothers right now, he'd be selling the same amount of records that he is right now independently, basically. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well go independent. People wanna be with the cachet labels. Oh, I'm a Warner and this and that. And some rappers are stuck on that, but they're making less money. There's some rappers that need to get out of Def Jam and some other labels or wherever. Some rappers need to leave and go to Empire. You know what I'm saying? And forget that Def Jam cachet and go get that independent money where you're gonna make 4 or 5 times the money, at least on the master end. You know?
Copy. So we are not upstreaming.
Hell no. Hell no.
If y'all didn't learn nothing else, upstreaming is the devil. You do not want no upstreams when they say we're gonna give you this deal. We're gonna give you some upstream capabilities. You want
I
to
mean,
say no deal.
the upstream is going to reverse the original obligation. That was all nice and fluffy for you.
It
You know what
changes the deal.
I'm saying? You
The
know what I'm
rat
saying?
bastards. They
Yeah,
changed the deal.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? You see the upstream in there with, you know what I'm saying? Choke them out right there. Just choke them out.
Somebody says,
Okay.
Roach, do you work with producers?
Absolutely.
I was at an artist's video shoot the other day.
Yeah, I saw the guy with the raspy voice. I was like, "Who's that voice?" I was in the gym listening in my earphones. I didn't see the guy, but I was like, "Yo, who's that voice?"
Yeah. Now it was cool. Everybody was cordial. That I don't know the artist though. The artist like she just does not never want to talk to me. I don't know if I'm going
Oh,
anymore.
really? You didn't do an
Yeah.
interview?
She wouldn't give me one. She never gives me one. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know. I'm not going to no more her events. Shout out to her. Don't disrespect to her, nothing like that. But I keep getting letters to go to her events, and then I go to her events, and whenever I go to her events, she talk to everybody but me. So I'm not going to her events no more. Her events is dubbed, huh?
Don't go.
She a good artist though, and I respect her craft, and I wish we had a relationship so I could be championing for her. If somebody asks me about her music, I'm gonna tell her what I think. I like the like. I'm not like I think she makes good music or whatever, but yeah. So we
Nah,
was busy doing that yesterday. What happened?
I'm saying, yeah, if they're playing high post, forget it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, rap.
She must be playing high post.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
know what I'm saying? Some of these artists be feeling. I'm not saying her. I'm just saying, in general, some of these artists be feeling each other, be feeling themselves even before the success.
Well, all
You
I
know what I'm
know
saying?
is
I was working with an artist named Bobby Creekwater.
copy,
He was signed to Shady Records back in like '07.
copy.
My friend was managing him, and he got $60,000-$70,000 advance for Shady Records,
Boom.
$500,000 budget. He got in the group studio with Alchemist. He's on a couple of Eminem records and maybe one or two compilations and stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But they dropped him basically because he thought he was 50 Cent before he even came out. His attitude, his ego, everything. They were just like, yo, I ain't working with this. Get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? And he could have been somebody. His records was fire. You know what I'm saying? But that attitude got him out the door.
Mm. Yo, my dude, I've met. I'm not gonna. Anyway, it's not important. I've come into contact with a lot of big name rappers from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and present. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's literally the first time. I don't know if she wasn't talking to me because of who I am, or if she wasn't talking to me for a whole different reason. But I could literally say that that's maybe the second artist that I've ever come in contact with that I've had this like they just like I don't understand it. You understand what I'm saying? Like the other artists that the situation happened, they was leaving the event. So I know I'm doing my podcast. So I'm doing my podcast and I was here first. So you could literally leave. I appreciate you though. I appreciate you. I appreciate I'm doing my podcast right now. You could leave like that on that energy. Yeah, you do what you want to do. How about that? Yeah, so what's up, homeboy? What country you from? What country you from? What country you from? After we have the fight, they're gonna want to know about your passport and all that, right? Because you making it, you taking it there. He asking you to leave it alone. He asking you to leave it alone. Yeah, he asking you to leave it alone. If I was him, I'd be doing the same thing. That man is over there working. Why you harassing him? What the hell? That man over there working. Why you harassing him? That's what she's busy thinking in his head. These damn women. These damn women. That man over there working. Why you harassing him?
What the hell? What's going on?
I don't know, man. Anyway, I was asking you a question. What was you speaking on?
Oh man, that threw me off.
Yeah.
I was talking about Bobby Creekwater, and his head was big. I can't remember what else, but if you got any more questions, I'm here.
All right, so
Oh no, you said something about one or two artists. Only one or two. That's one or two artists that haven't spoken.
yeah,
To you,
because artists generally, I don't care like what level you at. Artists genuinely, especially if you the media, they're cordial. Like you can't really ask for much more. I'm not asking for no artist to be like, oh man, Jack Frost, you the best. If that happens though, I'll be running into these motherfuckers and they really be fucking with me though. So that happens. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Like this person they're a pretty good person, they're a pretty good actor. I don't really know them personally. I don't know them as a personal person. But I can guarantee you that it will be in the same places with people who they're gonna look up to, and that person is gonna also walk over to me and say what's up and dap me up and be cool with me. But they're gonna be standing there like, oh shit, this nigga knows niggas? Yes, I knows niggas. But that's why you be cordial. I'm gonna let y'all know right now on some super real shit. You're not gonna meet many rappers that's been in the game for a while that they're not gonna have gratitude. Like that's important. You don't.
Right.
You have to have gratitude. You understand what I'm saying? So when somebody pulls up to an event that you're showing, and you have to have gratitude. So she just didn't have any gratitude for the fact that I was literally the only media that showed up to her motherfucking her freaking
But you know, 9 times out of
you know what I'm saying?
10,
It's
you
cool.
know, they appreciate being appreciated.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know if that's gonna benefit in the long run. Let's just say that.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to her. Like I said, no hate over here. Whenever she does
Oh, no doubt,
anything,
no
I'm
doubt, no
gonna
doubt. We ain't hating on nobody. So you know,
yeah. I like whenever she does anything, believe me, I'm gonna report on it and fairly as I report on other people the same way because I don't have no nothing no way. But it's just that when you see like people and you see that they're trying to go do what they're doing, and especially individuals that you think they got talent, and then you see the way in which they respond and they carry themselves, and you be like, there's a reason why these other acts go places because it's that gratitude, and when you
there
show
you go.
gratitude. My nigga, you know people, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm on
Absolutely,
point.
absolutely. But that's supposed to be part of what they're taught, though. You know what I'm saying? Not to be snobbish or you know just to be defensive or standoffish. You know what I'm saying? I mean I think that's part of all of the A&R too back then. You know how you portray yourself and everything besides the music. You know.
Exactly. um. So what I just want to ask. So what's one of the and we're actually about to close out. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here anyway.
Sure.
What is the best? I want to go out on a good note. Name an artist that you've come in contact with that you think is an exemplary artist when it comes to how to deal with the media and just the public in general.
Wow. With the media and public in general, okay, most of my clients are ignorant, so let's scratch them. Media savvy. I mean, it's got to be somebody with experience. I don't know. Probably Jay-Z's probably media savvy at this point. I mean, just because you know he's at the point where he can manipulate the media too.
Mm.
So you know once you could do all that, then I guess that you know you're elevated to the savvy stage. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
He gets to speak on Colin Kaepernick, all this other type of stuff. He's manipulating situations in between. Don't do that, but then he does it.
I'm not gonna lie. When he talk, like that's boss talk for real, for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
for real, for real.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
I
and it's
want to
good.
be that unbothered, and at the same time that confidently informative.
Yeah, you could see the difference these days now between him and Dame. He has more composure. Dame is more emotional,
Yeah,
you know, and emotion can breed destruction, you know.
that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to become more emotionless by the moment. I want to be a whole automaton.
Yeah, yeah. I see. Right now, you about to put hands on somebody. So.
Nah, nah, no, yeah, but I mean, look, at the end of the day, right? It's like this. At the end of the day, it's like this. There's two things. I learned a couple of things from my father, and I'm going to tell you
Okay.
two of the things that I 100% learned. He said, never have a fight with a drunk man.
Mm.
All right? He said, never do that.
Mm.
He said, if a man is drunk, you never have a fight with a drunk man.
Mm. Okay. Right.
Second thing he told me is, you never get in the way of a man while he's at work.
Oh,
These
okay.
are important. You just don't do that. See, that has to deal with character.
Yeah.
That doesn't have nothing to do with nothing else but character.
Yeah. No, I agree. I understand what your father said. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's the type of time I'm usually on. And with that being said, because those is not for nothing. Some of the like I talk about him over here a lot, but those are two very very important lessons that I learned that I noticed that a lot of other people don't have, just in
Right.
general. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Yeah,
that had,
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
man,
You're right.
it's a fact.
You're right. Hey, that's one of the good things that'll keep you out of jail.
Well, yeah, that too.
You
That's
know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? Yeah. So,
I'm gonna about to close out, so I'm gonna let you go out. Anything you
hey,
want to
good
go out
talking
with,
to
my
you.
brother?
Thank you, BBM family, for your time. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, my brother, as always. Thank you for pulling up.
All right, salute. Take care.
Salute later.
All right.
Shout out to Roach as he's our resident. He's one of our resident industry insiders. He's worked with a lot of people. In the future, I can't wait to do some real work with the man. He's worked with a lot of people in hip hop, in television, like in everything, right? All right. So shout out to Roach. As always, we have some pretty interesting guests, and we have a myriad of different types of guests. So that's always dope. With that being said, we're about to get up out of here anyway. It's about time. Um, Chess 2.0 says that requires a person with a lot of patience and understanding and self-confidence to do what Jay-Z is doing. A lot of times, I want to explain something, but a lot of times we fall short because of lack of patience. Patience is very important. A lot of times we'll have everything else that we need, but because of a lack of patience, we won't be able to wait till the appropriate time to be able to do what we need to do. That's always important. Um, with that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here. Just go be good people. I mean, I don't know no other way to say it. Just be good people. Like, it's not that hard. It's not easy and it's not simple, but it's much easier than you could ever expect. You understand what I'm saying? It's much easier than you could ever expect. You understand? There's gonna be times where it's gonna be difficult, but there's gonna be so many times that it's gonna be simple. So let's not struggle and think about all those times where it's difficult and we don't know what to do. Let's make sure that we get the simple times out the way. Where it's simple to be easy, simple to be a good person. And then we work on the other methods where it's a little bit more difficult or we might not have the appropriate information. And we go out and we try to make the world a better place. With that being said, if you got anybody still awake in your household, please give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Also, when we wake up in the morning, one of the first things we want to do is drink water. Drinking water on an empty stomach is one of the best things you can do for your body. So one of the first things you want to do when you wake up is drink some water. Good old 8 ounces, then get on with your day. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers, let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's